Hello, everybody, and welcome. This week, we are going to be talking about buying a car. And if you're wondering what in the world does that have to do with a private practice, well, stay tuned, and I'll tell you. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Wendy, and this is your weekly money message. And I wanted to talk about buying a car because it is such a great metaphor. I don't know about you guys, but I actually kind of enjoy car shopping. Some people hate it, but I like it because I see it as kind of a big old game to play. And I don't buy cars very often. I tend to drive the wheels off of them once I have them. But when it's time, I do my homework and I go into that whole process pretty prepared. And in my experience, a lot of the sales folks tend to underestimate that, which I find kind of fun. And I kind of enjoy the whole game that buying a car turns into. That said, I avoid those salespeople as long as I can. And I don't even step foot on a sales lot until I absolutely have to. And at first, I go after hours or on the weekend when there's nobody there, just to even peek in the windows at some of these cars, because I don't want to deal with the salespeople until I absolutely have to. Well, what does that have to do with running a private practice? Well, for one thing, you're running a business, which means you have to be in sales also. If you don't have cash flow, you don't have a business. Folks need to pay you for a product or a service or both. And that means they're going to be asking you, what do you do? How do you help? What do you charge? And that is a sales conversation. And you got to be able to handle that. And if you bring the energy to it, like we think about car salesmen, like how often do you hear people say, I hate selling. Like it makes me think about a used car salesman. I don't want to be sleazy. How often do we find ourselves saying that? A lot. Well, if you're bringing that kind of mindset to this conversation, that's not going to go well. You don't want your clients to feel like they have to avoid you and cyberstalk you after hours just to get a sense of who you are. And you don't want your clients to feel like this is some kind of a competition and we're playing a game to see who can outmaneuver each other. That really is salesy and sleazy, and that's not who any of you are. What I want to suggest to you is that you approach selling as an act of service. And the way to do that is to make sure that you show up from a place of authenticity, from a place of integrity, and from a place of alignment, where you are clear about who you are, the good that you do, the difference you can make, and who you are best served to work with. There's a couple of clues that might tell you if you are out of alignment and not in that place. The first one is if you find yourself feeling defensive when someone asks you what you charge. If you find yourself thinking in your head, whether you say it or not, well, this is what I charge, and so what? It's worth every penny, and I can't help it if you don't think that's right. That's kind of a clue that something's out of alignment there, because if you felt good about it and okay with it, you wouldn't be defensive about it. And if you are defensive often, y'all, where that's going to lead to is resentment. And that is totally the wrong energy for a successful practice. The second clue that could tell you that you're out of alignment and a little wonky is if you find yourself feeling apologetic. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know this is what I charge. Is that too much? I'm sorry. Are you okay? I'd really love to help you. Sorry. Whether you actually say that out loud or not, I bet you do say I'm sorry often. Many of you do. But if that's the energy you bring to it, that too is a clue that you don't really own your value yet. Own your authority. That's a clue that you're out of alignment, that you're a little bit wonky. And when you come at it from a place of apology too often, y'all, where that leads is exhaustion. Because then you end up with a caseload of people who probably are not paying you what you're worth. And you have to see twice as many people to make the money that you even begin to want to make. That's not healthy either. So what do you do about all this? First of all, is just learn to pay attention to it. Just notice it. Are you coming from a place of defensiveness or apology? Do you find yourself feeling really squirmy and uncomfortable when it comes to talking about what you charge? Then do what you have to do to get clear about the value you bring to the table. You spent a fortune learning the skills that you have. Whether it was graduate school or certification training or years of experimentation, there's lots of ways you all learn. You have spent ages of time and thousands of dollars probably to get where you are. And you bring so much to the table. Own that, get clear about that, learn how to talk about that with confidence, and release the outcome. Here's what I do. Here's how I could help you. I think it would be great. I'd love to work with you. Here's what it would cost. Boom. Release the outcome. Let your potential client do what they want to do with that. Let them own the decision and honor that and respect that. And if they choose to work with you, great. If they choose not to, great. Because it means they are self-selecting and they are not the right person for you. Either way is fine. If you follow this principle, what you're going to find out is you end up with a caseload that you love, who genuinely appreciate and can afford what you charge, and who are a joy to work with. And the ones that aren't right for you, that's fine too. Help them find what they need. That too is service. That's my message for today. I want you to sell from a place of service, not from a place of sacrifice or martyrdom. That's not balanced. That's not healthy. That's not good for anybody. Not good for you, not good for your clients. But boy, when you turn this around, it's freaking awesome. And then you'll have the money to go buy the car you want to buy. So there's that. Thanks, everybody. I hope this is helpful for you. If you love this as much as I love talking about it, but you'd like to go a little deeper with it, or you could use a little help, join me each Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern. I host what I am calling the Money Talk Hangout. It happens inside the Ideal Practice Community. That's my free Facebook group. If you're seeing this there, you already know this. If you're seeing this somewhere else, you might not. Look us up online and join us there. And come take part in the conversation. It's fun. It's free. It's totally interactive. And I think you would love it. And I would love to see you there. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. And I will see you next time. Bye now.